Okay, so you've loaded into your first game of LEGO Fortnite, right? Probably wondering to yourself, hey, what do I do? Like, how do I get resources? How do I become a pro, if you will? Anyway, during this video, I will be showing you multiple ways, tips, and tricks that I used in my playthrough to, be successful and, of course, not die. So throughout the video, I'm going to be showing you tips and tricks, and hope you enjoy, and let's get into them. Now, a really good way of farming resources in the early game, or when you've just started, because of course you don't have a pickaxe or any sorts of harvesting tools. A good way of getting resources is to basically hit trees and bushes. Now, not all trees are obviously going to be, easy to get resources from because that's what your harvesting tools are for. But mainly bushes. You can get a lot of supplies from these in terms of wood and vines, and it's just really useful for early game. I have not seen many people do this, actually have harvested the bushes, but yeah, I would strongly recommend doing so because you can get a lot out of them. When starting out your own base, I would recommend finding a pretty good spot out in the open with lots of space, obviously, because you want to make sure that you have enough space allocated for you to start building, obviously. And I'm imagining some of you want your villages to be quite big and substantial. So yeah, finding this open space away from trees, rocks, and bushes, yeah, that's gonna help you, especially when you're, just starting out. Now, I've seen a fair bit of gameplay of the LEGO Fortnite mode around on internet and whatever, and I've noticed that people like killing all the animals around them. But actually, it's quite useful to not kill every single animal. Obviously, meat is good for supplies and whatever. But you can also pat animals and keep them around you for supplies. For example, I'm pretty sure if you pat chickens, they will lay eggs, and they're really good. So yeah, this being, I guess the tip here is be, smart with your resources that you have. Like, don't overuse something that you have. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Now, I've seen a lot of people start their playthroughs with just dying immediately, funny enough. But anyway, this tip is to basically avoid wolves, spiders, skeletons as well. Basically any hostile enemy, at least in the early game when you don't have a sword or a shield, because of course those items will help you taking down. A pickaxe and hammer, pretty sure it's a hammer, they're not going to do much, but yeah, until you get those resources like a crafting bench and whatever, yeah, just stay away from hostiles. Now, your village central hub, basically, something along the lines of that, this is a very useful structure. This will basically allow you to increase your village to higher levels, and what that implies is basically getting more characters that can assist you on your journeys, or they can just stay at the village and harvest, whatever you want them to do. But the structure is quite useful, so I definitely recommend getting one of them. The next tip that I want to cover is basically collect everything that you can in bulk. Never produce anything of, a single item. For example, I'm getting a pickaxe here. I'm going to craft 2 of them because obviously items do break in the survival game mode. But yeah, I strongly recommend and producing things within bulk, because that will save you a lot of time running around and, you know, going back to the same place over and over again. So keep in mind, it's not going to waste your time. It's going to be beneficial for you, you know, for collecting more resources, and it'll most likely save you time as well. So yeah, just keep that in mind as well. If you have the resources available, I would recommend crafting multiple beds, not just one for yourself, as when you get visitors or villagers that come across your village, they will obviously need a bed to, well, you know, reside within your village. And you also have to, of course, level up your village from the terminal or trophy right there, as you can see. But yeah, definitely produce beds in bulk if you can, but it just depends on your scenario and how far you are into your world. Instead of building everything on the actual ground you have available to you within your space, I would also encourage you to use stairs. These can be quite useful as you can build upwards towards the sky without actually taking up more ground space, because of course you only have a limited ground space available to you. So if you can, and if you do have the skills, definitely consider building more stairs and actually giving your village depth and scale. When building, I see that people forget, it's very common for people to forget roofs and fires. Now, you don't really want to forget these things, as rain is a cold system basically, and when it's raining or if it's snow season, you're going to be cold and you're going to lose health depending on how long you are cold. So definitely consider building multiple fireplaces throughout the village in different locations where people are sleeping and where they work. And yeah, just making sure you have a good consistency and structure across the board, basically. Now, I would also recommend that you utilize a lot more of defense and wall features around your actual base or village, because obviously skeletons come during the night, and it's kind of a good way to minimize them actually coming in to disturb the people in your actual village. So definitely consider walling up your village, maybe even on the sides where you can actually build into. Because of course you need the resources to do that because it's a lot of building. But if you do, I would strongly recommend that because it'd be very useful. As you can see, skeletons come near your base. But yeah, keeping skeletons out. Alright guys, so that's about it for the video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Is there anything that I missed or any other good recommendations? Let me know. Obviously I've played a bit. It's only been out for less than 24 hours, so I'm sure there's a lot more to explore. If you guys did like the vid, a like and subscription would very much be appreciated. And let me know if you want a part 2 when I figure out more information on the actual game mode within the coming days, as I am off school and, well, I have a lot of time, you know, lying around. But yeah, just let me know, depends, and have a good one, man.